Hey, good morning. I've actually been up for a couple hours now, a few hours working, getting this up the hill. But I came back to grab me a sandwich and grab the camera to update or show you guys where I'm at so far with this project. So here we are. Let's take a little bit of a walk. Bear to lead the way. My goal is to get this roughed out, or graded off enough to get us up the hill. And then I can come back down and do all the finishing touches. Like last time you saw, first off, sorry for the wind. I still haven't pulled up this gabion that we started. And I'll show you why, because I kind of get off task a little bit and just get to doing all kinds of things. But anyway, again, these tires are going to get taken and put inside of the wash alongside this little berm that I built up, and I'm going to remove the gabion, and then the exact same thing is going to be on this side down in the wash, and it's going to support this road that I've built up now. Okay, so my tire retaining wall that I've been working on is coming along really well, I think. Just to give you an idea of what I'm doing here is kind of build up the foundation on this side. Again, that way there is west, the water runs east. So I'm setting up a little sort of a blockade, or I don't know what to call it. And then on the insides of each tire, or each sets of tires, is just big logs, extra stones, heavy stones and things that's tucked in. And then I'm going to go ahead and bury or start pouring in sand, and then I'm going to go ahead and top that with and then more stone, as you can see. And the goal is to create, basically, instead of rebar, I'm just running solid wood all the way through to kind of, again, create as much tensile strength as I possibly can. So this one I have to add more stones in, and then eventually it'll come out to be like so. I think I've raised this up about, I say about 2 feet now. So the water should hit that, and basically if it builds up, fine by me. Like I said, it'll go over the road. All that there is build up from what I've taken off this mountain ridge and brought it down here, scoop by scoop by scoop. So the goal is to basically create a man-made cauldron. Fill these up, do the same thing, and then over here I'm going to do one more. It's going to sit here, and it should end up going right alongside that brush that's over there. Right, if I move my tractor, but basically it'll shoot the same exact way right across. And my hope is that my thinking, my logic, my whatever is telling me that the water should flow, hit this barrier, not necessarily stop it, but slow it down and still give it access to run on either side and across the wash, or across and continuing through the wash. Let's take a little walk. Nope, let's take a little ride up and see what I've been able to accomplish so far. About the shakiness, that's what happens when you try to hold a camera and ride a tractor. stop here for a second. I was able to widen all this out. And the reason I got this so wide is because simply I'm going to have to be pulling 50 feet of vehicle up here basically. The RV is 43 feet, and then if you count in the truck, I give it roughly 50-ish feet, give or take, I don't know. So I wanted to be able to come up here, make a nice good wide turn, clearing turn, and then head up. And I've been working on just this section alone for about, I don't know, 3-4 days or so. And now I'm going to take you up there to show you how far I've gotten. Oh, and just for note, all this is what I'm taking. Everything that's built up here is what I've been picking up scoop by scoop and driving backwards back down that hill and dropping it into the wash to raise it up and create a path. So I still got a lot of leveling to do up here, but again, I got a good rough cut going. So now that I've made it up here, this is the second, I consider this the second landing. Again, nice wide landing here that I created and kind of leveled off because, again, I got to take the fifth wheel around, make a little turn there, and then head into the area where we're going to be. Purposely gutted this out a bit because I'm thinking what I would like to do is put a couple of pecan trees up in this area, or evergreen and pecan or what have you. And then the same thing with this little mid section here. I want to maybe put pecan trees or so. Right there is an ocotillo bush or tree. When we first visited the property, that was the first thing, one of the first things we saw when we hiked up here through all this forest stuff. We saw that it was just so pretty. So mommy says she wants to hold on to that, so I'm carving around it. But starting with that on up, I want to either put more ocotillos and or whatever trees that we can come up with or decide to put here. Some of this stuff is just so hard, so we actually have to work around certain situations. Okay, let's go. You see my generator over there? Got it covered up with the box, and then there's a spotlight that I use, a double spotlight, because yes, I work all through the night. Here's the turn. Now we've made it up to the top of the landing, or the top of the ridge, that is going to be, or that is the site of our future home. And the plan is, again, is cut through here, just run the RV. When I get it up here, drive it right through here. That's why I'm creating, we're working more so on this area, just to get a smooth path that I can get, and then have it turn. And we're gonna sit the RV in the back area, because up here is where the actual house and homestead and everything will be built. I'm gonna jump off this noisy tractor in just a bit. Actually, let's get off. Let's take a walk. Okay. All right, so again, we came up that hill there. I've graded out, made a nice, decently wide turn there to pull the RV. And then gonna bring it on through here. Drive it right on back. And this soil up here is something different. I mean, it's a lot of these These just big stones. Seeing it, I'm learning now how to work this front loader a lot better. I'm able to now pick these things out, scoop them, get them away, and we're going to use them for other things, probably like the fill in those trenches and things that I'm going to be pulling or bringing up. I'm going to have to sift them down into different sizes. I mean, big, huge boulders down to the little mini gravel kind of stuff. So far we're at the end. You can see how I've gotten this now graded down. Not as smooth as I want it, but that's what I'm up here to work on. And I'm going to continue to smooth this down to give me a good path. And that way I can turn the rig around into here. And right where that stick is basically where the nose of the RV will be. And the back end should sit roughly in here-ish. That's the 43 feet from there to there. And then back there is north, east, west, and then our view coming out the front door will be south. Uh-oh, bear just saw a rabbit. He's on him. He's on his trail. This little mess here, pack rats. Yeah, well, I pushed it over. This was a nicely, neatly organized, bougie little setup that they had going on. Trying to figure out how to rid them from the area, from at least this general area, so that we can not have that as a big issue. Bear, did you find him? Did you get him, boy? Get it. Where is he? Get him, boy. Well, that's the one that got away. Trust me, he has his fill, his share of these rabbits out here. They need to get their speed game up or something, because they don't seem to be able to get away from him too much. And our house will be, hold on, so again, the rig will sit there and go off into that area, which will be behind the work site, which is all this. I'm going to turn around, show you. So that cone there tells me that I'm going to have our house, that's the most, I guess the easternmost side of the house, and then this will be our view over here facing south. And I'll just keep reiterating over and over how beautiful this 360-degree view is. Sorry about the wind. I'm on top of a mountain. Well, mountain ridge. to work. This is why I cannot do a lot of recording, simply because I'm just so focused. I want to get this done. I'm not a procrastinator. I like to just get her done and get her done yesterday. I'm going to do that, and I will catch up and update you good folks at a later time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting and checking out the videos and seeing what we're up to up here.